We begin with two reports on two very special days in Washington that started with the peaceful transfer of power from U.S. President Barack Obama to President Donald Trump. First, here is VOA's Esther Githui Ewart on what it all means for Africa.
Many Africans wonder if his administration will engage constructively with the continent. Former U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, Robin Renee Sanders, has worked for the administrations of both Republicans and Democrats and say both parties agree on a number of critical issues on Africa.
Even today, we have Electrify Africa, which is a bipartisan legislation. We have AGOA. So I'm hoping that that same kind of spirit of bipartisanship to keep some of these things continues into...
A bipartisan agreement in 2015 extended the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act until 2025 with the aim of expanding U.S. trade and investment in sub-Saharan Africa. Jeffrey Gordon, a U.S. foreign policy advisor and a national security expert, says he is optimistic.
Certainly he wants strong ties with Africa. He wants strong economic development between the United States and Africa. So economic development and strong business ties would be something to look forward to.
In 2009, China overtook the U.S. as Africa's largest trading partner and may benefit if America fails to engage with the continent.
Being a good businessman, if you recognize that the world is going after this continent, where 65% of the population is going to be the biggest growth population on the planet, then I assume that he's going to look at it from the perspective of the benefit to this country and how that win-win needs to be created. And I think we have to be hopeful about that. We have to remember that whatever is done for Africa is really done for America.
During his campaign, Trump spoke strongly against terrorism, and many hope he will see Africa's security as a vital concern for America and the world. During his presidential bid, he was very vocal about political corruption, and perhaps this may shape his policy toward countries that are at war, fueled by corruption like South Sudan.
If we look at public corruption of politicians, of the political system, as a basis on which a foreign policy can be based, this is where Trump could focus his foreign policy on tackling the political corruption that is perpetuating conflict and other vices in Africa, and especially in South Sudan.
Political analysts and activists for South Sudan say there is a looming genocide in the country, and the peace process has collapsed, resulting in mass displacement of people within the country, while others seek refuge in neighboring countries. As the leader of the most powerful nation on earth, President Donald Trump's role will be dual, dealing with domestic issues as well as international concerns. Esther Githui Ewart, VOA News, Washington.
Became the rulers of this nation again.